In this video, what I want to do is show how the escrow example that we saw a couple of videos ago is transformed to work in our blockchain context. So if you remember, our escrow waited for Alice to make a choice, and then for Bob to make a choice. In fact, in the version I'm showing you here, I've generalized it slightly so it can either Alice or Bob can make a choice first. So in this case, we wait for whichever of these happens. It could be Alice making a choice, it could be Bob making a choice. But this is where the change comes. We only wait for a certain amount of time. We wait until slot number 60, for example. Slots are effectively times in which blocks can be created. So if you might, this is pretty much the same as block 60. So we wait up to a certain point of time according to time as the blockchain measures it. And then what we say is what happens if none of those cases has occurred. So if Alice hasn't made a choice and Bob hasn't made a choice, what do we do in that situation? We simply close the contract down and refund any money left. So this is where we deal with, we ensure that the contract simply can't hang forever. Now here we've got that, here's the working part of the contract, if you like. But if you think about this, what must happen first in the escrow contract is that Alice must make a deposit. So we have to think about modelling that. So we say, we surround this inner part of the contract with a case that's waiting for Alice to deposit the price in her account. So we wait, but again, we have this situation, we must wait only for a finite amount of time. So in this case, we wait until slot 40, and then we close the contract. Again, refunding all the money. Now, in the case of the outer when, there's no money in the contract to begin with, so simply the contract closes. And you can see that this we wait until slot 40. Now, assuming Alice does make the deposit, the contract moves on to become the when, the inner when, in which case we're waiting for the choice by Alice and Bob. And so then we wait until slot 60. So our when construct, which is the thing that waits for an external action, is equipped with a timeout and with an alternative contract to process if the timeout happens. So that's the way that we ensure things happen. Or if something doesn't happen, we ensure that remedial action can be taken. Nobody can walk away from a contract and leave money committed forever, because the action of close is to refund money in accounts to the account holders. So we've not made a huge number of alterations, but we've just added enough to ensure that we get the contracts progress. They can't stay quiescent, as we call it, forever, waiting for something to happen. We ensure that timeouts keep things happening. Right, so we've seen Marlowe introduced through an example. What we'll do in the next video is take a look at Marlowe in general and describe the language as it is. It's not a big language, so we can do it relatively straightforwardly, but that's what we'll do next.